Alright, hello friends! Today we are here to talk about some spicy drama. Oh my goodness. So I debated on really doing this video or not doing this video because honestly, like, the most important thing to me is that no one ever contacts me relating to my ex. I don't want to be contacted by him, his friends, his family, his church people, literally anyone in his life. I just want nothing to do with. I just want to talk about it. So that's why we're doing this video. But in case this needs repeating, if any of y'all are watching this, I do not want to hear from you. Just let it be. That would be great. Alright, so let's just get to the point. So basically, if you weren't aware, I made a video just getting everything off of my chest to do with my ex and like why he was really toxic and why I broke up with him, why it was really unhealthy and all that stuff. Then several months later, I think it was in December, I posted a video talking about how his parents are really toxic people. I feel good about doing it. I have no regrets. I really get a lot of stuff off my chest doing that, and I felt like, okay, now I've said everything that I need to say. Moving on from the ex saga, there is not going to be another video that I'm going to post that will pertain to my ex because I've said everything that I feel like I need to say. Then I got a weird comment on it. I took a screenshot of that comment, but by the time that you are watching this video, I will have deleted that comment because I don't want anybody going and like harassing this person or starting drama because, again, like I said, I just really don't want anybody contacting me. I don't normally get negative comments on my videos because, I mean, I'm not like famous or anything, and regular people generally don't leave comments most of the time. I get a few like nice comments from like strangers and stuff, but for the most part, the people that comment on my videos are like friends of mine being supportive. Oh god, even looking at this comment is like, ugh. So I'm gonna just read to you this comment, and I'm gonna post the screenshot right here so you guys can read it. The comment says, "Hey, maybe don't post hurtful things on the internet. One thing to talk about someone and your experience, another to insult others, and another to feel the need to share it online. Honestly, I feel for you. Hope you can get some professional help. I personally see a professional therapist for stuff like this. I found that's better than dragging people and their loved ones online. Like, I get it, I talk about my problems online. It can be cathartic. Just maybe consider the feelings of others. Wish you the best. Your makeup is cute, looks like a fancy ring light." I think the username was like some initials or something, and I read that comment and I was like, that's super weird, because if you watch the video and you have no personal ties to me or anyone involved, I don't see how you could watch that video and have like a negative takeaway. I'm not even doing anything like dragging people. I'm really just telling what happened and my experience and getting that kind of traumatic thing off of my chest and moving on. But the other thing that was really weird was that when I read that comment, I thought that particular word choice and like the way this person is speaking, it sounds so much like my ex. And so I tried to think, does anybody that he was like close friends with have these initials? And I was just coming up blank. So I thought, you know what, I guess it's just some random person on the internet being negative, and that's like kind of hurtful, but also like I kind of don't care because like your opinion, it kind of doesn't matter to me. So I just kind of let it go. Every now and then I would think back to that comment and be like, that is just so bizarre, because it sounds exactly like something my ex would say. He would constantly tell me that I needed professional help, especially if I recommended to him to get professional help, because he was clearly not dealing with any of his trauma and taking it out on me. And but we're not gonna get into that. If you really want to know what it was like dating my ex and, you know, just being in that whole world of his, you really ought to just watch the video that I made about him and our relationship. And then if you really want to get a good sense of it, watch the video I made about his parents. That's gonna be linked below. It also might be popping up somewhere over here, because I'm gonna try not to talk about him in this video just because it re-traumatizes me a lot to talk about that kind of stuff and really get into it. There's also a lot of things that were a little too traumatic, slash he might come after me if I said it on the internet, so I left some of those things out, and I really just don't want to be tempted to bring that up right now. So yeah. So if you want to get the full picture, maybe watch those videos. Yeah, the recommending therapy for me, he would do that as such like a way to put me down. And then he was definitely the type of person who would say something nasty but like end it with compliments so that you think like he's some kind of good guy. Just like this sort of superficial, very much a nice guy facade. But I really could not figure out, like, nobody had those initials, so it can't be someone in his life, I guess. February or March, my friend Jasmine came over and we were just talking, and that comment sort of came up. I forget exactly what happened, but we ended up going back to look at the comment to find that that person had changed the username to their like full name, and I still had no idea who it was. And Jasmine somehow put two and two together, went to Instagram and realized that this was my ex's new girlfriend. And let me tell you, I was pretty shocked and just feeling a lot of feelings about it. So let's talk about it. The whole comment itself is just so fake. It's like I said, there's just this very like superficial layer of I'm a nice person, I care about you kind of facade. This sort of sentiment, I wish you the best. I'm doing this because I care, I see you're hurting, and I want, you know, I want the best for you. But maybe just consider the feelings of others. And it's like, you... Bitch, you do not want the best for me. You're literally dating my abuser. She says wish you the best. If you wished me the best, you wouldn't be leaving this comment, because you know what this does? It re-traumatizes me. It makes me angry. It makes me feel like, damn, I should get a tattoo right there. Wouldn't that be so cute? I get a little distracted sometimes. You don't wish me the best. If you wished me the best, you would leave me alone and maybe consider not dating my abuser. Is that hard to understand? Like, she says, I found that's better than dragging people and their loved ones online. I mean, maybe in the parents one, I did call his dad something like a big man baby or something like that. And you know what? I would even argue that maybe that's not even my opinion, but a fact. Listen, that descriptor just fits him to a T. I have no regrets about that. Maybe consider the feelings of others. The thing is, when you're healing from trauma, you do not have to consider the feelings of your abuser at all. They don't matter. And the other thing is, it's not even me trying to get at anybody by making these kinds of videos. Even this video, like, I'm really not trying to come for anybody. I'm just getting this off my chest because that's something that I need to do. When I blocked my ex on all social media and all platforms, even blocked his phone number, he ceased to exist to me. Like, you brought him back into my life with this comment. When I made that video, I was done. I was done. I was done. Stick a fork in me. I am done. Okay? I love that expression. It's so cute. And she says, I get it. I talk about my problems online. It can be cathartic. Okay, so if you get it, why are you saying any of this? She says, honestly, she feels for me. Do you? Because right now I feel like you don't give a shit. What I get from this is that A, you don't get what I'm doing. I don't believe that you watched the video. You're dating my abuser and you're essentially gaslighting me on the internet, which is gross. Gaslighting is disgusting. I'm sure you're a well-intentioned person who, before leaving this comment, told yourself, convinced yourself that you are doing something good. And I am just this evil person who is attacking your boyfriend for no reason. You half-heartedly acknowledge my trauma in your comment. And then you say you wish me the best and think that I should stop talking about it on the internet. Do you see the mixed messaging here? To top it all off, she ends it with, your makeup is cute, looks like a fancy ring light. First of all, my makeup is cute, I know. And I also don't need this disingenuous bullshit. Your comment is not gonna make me think, oh, she's just a nice person, she's just giving me advice. No, looks like a fancy ring light. It's not, it's literally just a lamp. I went to film school. It's also not the ring light that your boo built for me because it's way too bright and I used it one time and I'm pretty sure that it like permanently damaged my eyeballs. So I don't even know if you knew about that. But let's work on some theories. So first and foremost, 100% you did not watch the video. I mean, okay, maybe there's like a 1% chance that you watched the video. Maybe he's just really that good at manipulating that he just convinced you that I'm a crazy person. I think that he would either convince you not to watch it, or he would make you feel like it would hurt him to watch it, and therefore you won't watch it. From the 10 seconds of sleuthing that my friend did, because I refused to look at any of y'all's social media. You guys were dating in like March or so of last year, March, April. So let's see. I broke up with him in November, so 4 months. You really think, if you believe that I went through trauma from him, you really think that he changed? He did a 180 in 4 months? Just 4 months? No, I think that man is exactly the same person. Exactly. In fact, I know because I'm not an idiot. And don't get me wrong, like, I dated the guy. There were red flags left and right, and I still dated him for 3 years. Okay? So, like, I feel kind of stupid. And, like, I get how people in general can date abusive partners because I've been there. I've only dated crappy men. So, like, I get it. I get how you can be in denial. I'm not trying to break you up. When I was dating him, nothing anyone could have said to me would have broken the delusion that we were soulmates, that we were supposed to be together. It's so embarrassing. Nothing could have snapped me out of that. So I am not trying to get involved. I literally never would have known that you existed if you hadn't commented on my YouTube channel. The problem is that you had to insert yourself into my life. So like, I would have been perfectly content not knowing of your existence and letting you do your own thing because you'll learn on your own, okay? But the fact that you had to come over and tell me how I'm allowed to heal from my trauma, as if I'm just bullying people, like that's what I'm doing? Ugh. Imagine watching somebody talk about their trauma and then saying, wow, that's really mean. Have you considered your abuser's feelings? Also, your makeup looks great. Bitch, I fucking know. Ugh. And it's just like, why is it that we can all agree that abuse is bad, right? But talking about how you were abused and being like, hey, this person abused me is seen as bad or trashy or distasteful or even bullying. Like, it's fine to say you were abused as long as you don't name your abuser, which I didn't actually do. It's just the fact that he knows who I'm talking about. Also, let me add that I left him anonymous, but the fact that his new girlfriend commented on my YouTube video means that somebody could like see that name and be like, I wonder who that is, and then find her, like, Instagram or something, and then figure out who he is. Like, you're really just, you're naming yourself. Like, you're not doing what you think you're doing here. Like, again, you're anonymous. Or B, you say how they abused you. I was in a relationship for 3 years with someone who gaslighted me, who yelled and screamed at me with very little provocation, who was, like, ridiculously jealous, who wouldn't let me see my friends, and forced me to become codependent on him. And, like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it, because that's what I do. And I've been really, really, really lucky. Honestly, very blessed to have so much support in talking about what I've been through. I was terrified when I made that first video about my ex and like what it was like to be in that relationship. I was genuinely terrified. You can see it in my body language, in my eyes when I'm telling those stories. You can tell how scared and how guilty I feel because I still felt like it was my fault because he convinced me that every little thing was my fault. If someone doesn't want you to say on the internet that they abused you, again, anonymously, then maybe just like don't abuse them. And my ex is a Taylor Swift fan. She has so many songs about people that she's dated, and he's like all for it. Meanwhile, I do something like that, and it's bad. It's a bad thing to do. I'm being so mean by telling people the truth. And also, if this is some sort of like marking your territory kind of thing because he's still obsessed with me and you think that I'm like a threat to your relationship, let me just put that out there and say, I will never, ever, ever, ever get back with him. I don't want to see him. I don't want to think about him. I don't want to know what he's up to. To me, this man does not exist. Oh, the other thing is that, like, I don't keep tabs on him, but what I can easily tell from the fact that you found this video is that he keeps tabs on me. Is he still subscribed? Is he? Somebody had to find that video. If there's one reliable thing about this guy, is you can always trust him not to make the healthy decision. God, my next person cannot be a fixer-upper. I am out of the business of fixing people. So let's just like talk about where I'm at with this now. Originally when I realized who it was that was telling me this, and it was really hurtful, dealing with that for like a couple weeks, maybe, just on and off getting really angry about it. But then I just realized like it just really didn't matter. At that point it was this realization that like, wow, I really don't care. Like not even just that I don't care, I really don't care. I feel like I didn't really explain this well here. What I was trying to say is that I got over this so quickly that it helps me to realize just how over the whole ex situation I really was, and I felt really proud of myself afterwards that like, if I can get over this situation this quickly, I really have moved on, and I'm like really proud of myself. It feels good. There's so many other things going on in my life right now. I have great friends. My family is loving and supportive. There are wonderful things out there for me. I'm having a great time making YouTube videos. I now have a great new job as a videographer. And it's just like, there's more important things in the world. You know, there are people dying. There are babies being born. There are strangers to meet and become friends with. Resentment is like drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies. You know, it really doesn't do any good to hold on to that, you know? Am I accomplishing anything by carrying around anger towards someone who's not even in my life anymore? You know, although if that quote doesn't really do anything for you, I offer an alternative from our queen, Megan Thee Stallion, who once said, "Any hoe got beef from years ago is beefing by herself." Would you rather be some hypothetical hoe or Megan Thee Stallion? Hypothetical hoe, Megan Thee Stallion. So yeah, that's just like where I'm at right now. I'm basically just Megan Thee Stallion. So if you went through anything traumatic like I did, if you've dated someone toxic or abusive, I really hope that you're finding your own ways to heal from it. Even if it's not conventional, as long as you're not hurting somebody, it really doesn't fucking matter how you choose to heal. And I hope that you do. The year and some change that I've spent being single have been phenomenal. Genuinely. It took like a while to get comfortable being single because again, I was so codependent. Like every waking moment of my day, I had to think to myself, oh my god, has it been too long since I've messaged him? Like, is he gonna be angry with me? Even if I was busy. So like that took some adjusting, just the being alone, not being without him specifically. But now I've gotten used to it and honestly, it's great. I'm a bit traumatized still because when I think about the idea of getting into a relationship, I'm just like, doesn't sound so great to me, but probably because of the trauma. Things are only gonna get better for me. I mean, there's gonna be some ups and some downs, but that's life. And I'm just so incredibly grateful that my ex is not in my life anymore. What is it like to miss your ex? I wouldn't know. Ooh, also, I was watching an episode of Criminal Minds recently, which I love. And there was an unsub that reminded me so much of my ex. So what happened was this guy was really controlling of his husband. Then when his husband decided that he like kind of maybe wanted to like get some space and like possibly separate from him, he didn't know what to do with himself because he couldn't control him anymore. So he started murdering people. And I was like, well, my ex, when he couldn't control me, he freaked out and started messaging my friends and family and trying to make them think that I was mentally unstable. Is murder the next step? I hope not. Let's just do some good with this. I really want to acknowledge all the people who have loved me through this and been there for me. Thank you so much. There's too many people for me to name right now without accidentally leaving someone out because I didn't plan this. But if you're watching this and you've supported me, even if you're a stranger on the internet, if you've left a nice comment, if you've watched this and you've, you know, thought about me, thank you so much. If you were one of my friends or a member of my family who supported me through this, thank you. If you're someone who believed me when I thought no one would believe me, thank you. And I really appreciate you. Thank you. I really do. I really appreciate all of you. So thank you so much. And hopefully all will go well and I won't be contacted by anyone. No one will show up at my house. I'll just be left alone and can move on from this peacefully and we never have to talk about this again. Watch there be like a video response like, my ex-girlfriend is bullying me. Here to set the record straight. What really happened? Although again, I wouldn't know because I'm not keeping tabs on anybody, so I wouldn't even watch it. It's not my life anymore, you know? Before we leave, at the risk of stirring the pot more, here are some closing questions for this new girlfriend, any future girlfriends of his. Just some food for thought. This is a one-way message, of course, because I don't want any responses. Also, I'm not trying to break anyone up. Let me just reiterate that. I am not trying to break anyone up. I would have to really care to do that, and I do not. But this is just, you know, some things that I wonder. First, do you tell him that you love him? Does he believe you? Do you find yourself consistently having to do things for him just to prove your love? Do you find yourself doing things you wouldn't normally do because he needs it from you? Does he ask for validation in the form of talking down on your exes in order to lift him up and make him feel better? Do you change the way you speak about things in order to not upset him? Do you ever feel like you're in charge of his feelings, and more specifically, do you feel responsible for keeping him happy and away from his dark thoughts? Do you often feel like his therapist? Do you have to have good reason to go hang out with your friends or give him an unnecessarily big head notice before being able to do so? Also, what do his parents think of you? Now, maybe this new girlfriend could hear all these questions and answer confidently and, not be bothered at all by any of those questions and the answers to them. There's always a chance that he actually does treat her with respect and he's kind to her and treats her the way that any person deserves to be treated. And you know what? I hope that he does. I'm pretty skeptical that that's the case, because I don't think someone just does a quick turnaround like that, but you know what? Maybe it's possible. And that doesn't invalidate any of the things that I went through, and it certainly doesn't mean that I did something to deserve any of those things. So if you're out there, and if you people watching this thinking, wow, I went through something like this too, and now my ex seems like he treats his girlfriend so nicely, why didn't I get that? You know what? You did deserve to be treated well. You always did. And nothing you do can make you deserve to be treated like shit. And I never deserved to be treated that way. So, you didn't either. Oh, another thing that hit me while I was editing this video, there's also a possibility that my ex wrote this comment. You know? Maybe that occurred to some of y'all too. One of my friends even said that she thinks that's the case. And I thought, no, that's probably not true. But then I thought about it. The ring light comment. The whole comment itself sounded very much something like my ex would say. Word choice and all. And then especially that ring light comment at the end. It sounds like checking to see if I'm still using the ring light that he made me. But if it was his girlfriend, she wouldn't know about that. Like, I highly doubt that he would have told her that. So, did he write it? And if he did, oh my god, that's creepy. Ugh. If you didn't know, on YouTube, you can still watch videos of people who've blocked you just can't comment on it. So it's possible that he just so desperately had to communicate with me that he used his girlfriend's account to write a message. Ooh, imagine. Oh, and to everyone watching, consider leaving a comment on this video. I mean, you don't have to. I'm not begging for comments. But I don't think people realize how much it really makes my day when someone leaves a comment, as long as it's not like a negative or a creepy comment. It makes me so excited, and so if you ever feel like leaving a comment, please do. Yeah. So thank you to everyone who supported me, stranger, friend, family, whoever. I love you very much. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. I really super appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers by my birthday, which is in June. So please help me out. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! My armpit's got like a 5 o'clock shadow. Is that what 5 o'clock shadow is? I don't know.
I don't speak bullshit. Hey, Grandpa, drop the beat.
I'm wearing rings. I'm so pretty. Ah! I'm getting so many likes on Instagram right now.
I don't mean no harm. I can see you with my t-shirt on. Bring that home.
You know what I mean.
Girl, I'm a freaky, shouldn't say those things.
I look so cute. I can't get over it. I need somewhere to go, but then we have to wear masks, and it's like, it's just not as interesting. My head hurts. I think I'm just really tired, and I cannot keep straight any thoughts in my brain.
Hey, don't be putting anything too risque out there since people see you at work on it.
I'm not.